So, who is this Glyn person?
Glyndwr Watkin. My nan used to be his cleaner.
And why are we going to his house again?
Well, my nan likes me to pop in every now and again. He hasn't got any family really, so, you know, if he hurt himself or died or something, then they probably wouldn't find him for weeks.
Oh, God, that's sad.
He's a bit eccentric, but, you know, in a nice kind of way. Look, just go with everything he says, all right? Hopefully we won't have to sit through it long.
Plantos, I understand the local fascists marched on the synagogue last night.
What?
As I dined, I heard a great hullabaloo and the crackle of musketry in the town yonder, so I assumed the black shirt was putting pay to the Jew.
We haven't got any fascists, Mr. Watkin, or a synagogue.
But what of the crackle of musketry?
Oh, right, no, it was November the 5th last night, you know, bonfire night.
Ah, remember, the 5th November, gunpowder treason and plot. I see no reason that the gunpowder treason should ever be forgot. Would you like to come through?
Look, my nan just wants us to check to see if you needed anything, Mr. Watkin.
I need no thing at all. The Tescos man comes every week with a fresh bag of victuals for me. But I insist, please, come through. I imagine a pair of fine young specimens like you would like a drop of ginger beer, but I'm afraid we don't have any, so tea will have to suffice.
We're in a bit of a rush, actually. Cerys has to study for her finals soon.
Study? What do you study?
History?
Well, I've been on this planet for 70 years and 10, and I'm dogged by history. History is a nightmare from which I'm trying to escape. Come into the drawing room, and I'm sure I can find some wisdom to impart to you for your project. Right, take a pew. Please mind the onions on the arm of that chair. It keeps the cats away.
Oh, it's really nice in here.
Well, an Englishman's home is his castle, whereas a Welshman's drawing room, well, you get the idea. So, history. What period of human civilization are you looking at?
Well, my dissertation is on the War of the Roses.
What do you know about the JFK assassinations?
By Lee Harvey Oswald.
Yes, that's what the history books will tell you. But what they won't mention is the gunman on the grassy knoll. Have you heard of that?
It's a conspiracy theory, isn't it?
Not a theory, but raw fact. Hark! Many years ago, I used to go drinking down the Britannia pub in Merthyr. About 76. Great collection of characters down there, let me tell you. Pure Dickens it was. One fella in particular, Oyster Jones was his name. His man drowned picking cockles on the Lacha mudflats. Real tragic life, but was always propping up the bar with a smile on his face. Anyway, one night we both had a few too many and were ushered out into the street in the small hours. We were ambling our way home where suddenly Jones breaks down outside his house and sinks to his knees, weeping like a child. I said, "What's the matter with you, man? Snap out of it. You've had too much to drink." And he looks at me with tears in his eyes and says, "I can't bear it any more, Glenn. I can't bear this burden I've been holding for so many years." And I said, "What are you talking about?" And he says, "I was the man who shot JFK. At first I didn't believe him, of course, but he kept imploring me, crying, please, come with me, I'll show you the gun." So he went to his house, and indeed, there it was. A 303 Lee Enfield. Hidden under the stairs, a beautiful piece of engineering, but I still said, "Jones, this is bosh. I don't believe a word." And he said, "On my boy's life, Glyn, it's perfectly true." And when I looked into his eyes, I saw it. The hunted look of a man who's killed. And I grabbed him by the arm and said, "Jones, we will bear this cross together." And then we wept. A few years later, he blew his head off the engine sheds in Barry, gambling debts, plays tricks on the mind, but can you guess what gun he used, Plantos?
Was it?
Do you fancy a custard cream?
Thank you, Mr. Watkin, but we really have to go now.
Oh, yes, of course. Godspeed. Give my love to your nan, and here's a crisp tenner for your troubles.
Thanks, Mr. Watkin. We really
Keep those
can't, though.
much close to your chest. Rodri, my gardener, tells me there's a new Irish family moved in on Column Road. Plenty of gypsies, tramps and thieves in that flat, I can imagine.
Okay, thanks. Goodbye, Mr. Watkin.
Goodbye. One more thing. Do you know the Da Vinci Code? Well, there's a similar thing in the Argos catalogue. Bring a copy next time you come round and the scales will fall from your eyes.